a motherfucking beast, girl. In this jungle out here, beware. When you see me in these motherfucking streets, girl. Like I don't even care, be clear. I'ma tell you exactly what you wanna hear sometimes. I'ma mean that shit sometimes. I won't mean that shit, I'm trying to find a way to beat that shit. Tell you exactly what you wanna hear, and I'ma have fun with it. Give me your heart and I'll run with it. Give it back in pieces when I'm done with it.
What up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Relationship DNA. I am your co-host, A Smalls.
And it's your girl, Dominique Renee. What's going on?
Going on, Damo doing big things out here with her business show.
I'm trying to keep up. But I love doing the relationship DNA. So we had to come together, especially for this topic. I am ready for it.
Gotta make sure I get some residuals on the back end of this business. I want some equity, some stock points or something.
Listen. I'm trying to employ everybody once I get on. I'm trying to get the whole family in, everybody.
So everybody, if you are listening for the first time, welcome. If you are a returning member, welcome back. This topic is an interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Renee some options, and she chose this one because it's about to be a heater. The topic is Ciara's prayer. You shitting me? That is the topic. So, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation, we're going to hit you with the morning affirmation. Renee, what you got for the folks?
Yes. So my morning affirmation is something that I really feel a lot of women, we need to really take a look at before we start praying or trying to hope on what Ciara got. I think we got to focus on ourselves. So my morning affirmation is a quote which states, "Find the love you seek by first finding the love within yourself. Learn to rest in that place. Within that is your true home." I feel like we try to focus so much on the perfect man or the things that I want. What about you? At the end of the day, it's going to be you. Like, you have to really know who you are as a person in order to find that person that you need. And within my journey, I've learned that I can't find my love until I learn how to fully love myself. So that is my morning affirmation.
Okay, good for the folks. I will add on for the affirmation. There's no prayer in the universe that will get you the outcome that you seek. However, all the hard work you put into your prayer will give you the outcome you seek. So it starts with you, boo. Work hard towards a goal, towards a plan, and see everything that comes out of it. That's my morning affirmation for the folks. So, are you ready for the relationship roleplay?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
This one is interesting. Scenario is, woman calls her male friend for advice. She's dating two men. The guy she really wants, she's in love with, isn't the right fit for her. And the guy that she doesn't love but loves her unconditionally, she doesn't really want. So you have the characteristic as the friend calling the male friend and asking for advice. You have deflected. And as the male, I have devil's advocate. Oh, are you ready? What are we doing? 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
Let's do 3. This is a good one.
3 minutes.
This is a good one.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, bro. Like, I just don't understand. Like, Eric, I really love him, and he playing games. And this dude, I don't even know. I forgot his name. Timothy. Yeah, Timothy. He's all in love with me, and I don't even give him the time of day. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, I don't understand. Like, what am I not doing right?
First of all, I don't know why you said you guys, because I ain't Timothy or an Eric.
I know, but you a man. Help me out. What am I supposed to do? How do I get Eric to love me and Timothy to leave me alone?
Well, you can't make somebody fall in love with you. Either they love you or they don't. So maybe you should look into the person that actually showing you all the attention that you seek.
But I don't even give Timothy the time of day. I be forgetting his name most of the time. I just be like, hey, boo. Like, I don't even give him no time how he loved me. I give Eric everything, and Eric don't want it from me. So maybe Timothy just likes to chase, and Eric is the one that he's playing hard to get, and I gotta just keep giving him, like, I gotta just keep showing him. I don't understand, like, how does Timothy love me? He don't even know me like that.
Well, the question I ask you is, how is it that you are giving the person who doesn't seek your attention all the attention, and the person that wants your attention, you don't even take a step towards? Because it's kind of like you are ignoring your intuition. Something here should be telling you that one guy is really into you and the other guy isn't.
But how do I get into him? Like, he boring. Like, he just want to stay home and just cook me food and stuff. Like, I want to go outside. Like, quarantine over, I want to be outside having
So
a good time.
Why don't you do this? Start having like home parties and let him cook. And I'll be one of the friends that come by and make plates to go. Because I ain't nobody cook for me. I mean, somebody should benefit from it.
I don't know. Maybe you could talk to him or something. Like, maybe you could talk to Eric for me. Maybe you could try to find out what's going on with Eric. Maybe I should invite both of them and see what happens.
You can do that, or you can recognize that Eric is in the streets and Timothy is in your phone all day. So
that's because he ain't got nothing to do. Eric's a busy man. He got 3 jobs. He's a busy man. I want a man with a lot of money. I don't want Timothy. Timothy got too much time on his hands. All he want to do is cook and watch YouTube videos about cooking and want to get me fat. Like, Eric made me chase him around the town. That's why I'm slim.
I thought Eric had like a lot of like girls that liked him, and he was always out and about. So
those is just Instagram groupies. You know how that is. That's just to get his followers up. He an influencer and a party promoter.
I'm quite sure he flew us a lot of draws. I mean, people.
Listen, that girl was jealous. She was jealous. She was just mad because Eric got my attention and don't got hers. Timothy is just, he come texting me again. I'm busy.
Do you want love or do you want complication?
I want both.
Well, if you want both, keep dating both.
That's not the advice I'm looking for. I need you to help me separate. Like, you just going for Timothy because he cook and you want food. Like, you're not helping me. I love Eric. Like, my heart just skips a beat.
I'm helping you because you need to focus your attention to where most matters. And right now, Eric is not the one for you.
And then Timothy's talking about we got to heal, and he want me to go to church with him, and he want me to read this and read that. Eric, he just like, go with the flow. Like, it is what it is. Like, we one life to live, YOLO. Like, come on. I sound real toxic.
You sound like
a lot of females, yep.
That call me and say, I just wonder why he don't like us like that. Just like, so why don't you like the guy that likes you? It's the same reason why you don't like him. It's the same reason why this guy don't like you.
Exactly.
That's crazy. But
that's how it be. And I kind of could hear myself, the old me saying that. Like, well, why does my old up on me? He got too much time on his hand. This one, he's busy. Let me find out what he's doing. But now, I don't want the ones that's too busy. I want the one that want me. Like, my whole perspective has changed on dating. Shout outs to you that helped me, and me really like finding myself, me really like digging deep what I really want, and not just liking somebody because they like me liking somebody because I like them for the characteristics and what they bring to the table. So I really have grown. That used to be me, saying some of those things. Not all that stuff, but some of those things. Like liking the guy that I have to chase, liking the guy that is playing hard to get, the one that doesn't text me a lot, worrying what he's doing. And then the ones that were there all the time, just like, he ain't got much to do. He must be boring, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, no, he's just really into you. He's making time for you. And that's kind of what you want.
And it's funny because, we normally don't talk about like current events on the show. But there was an interview between Earthquake and like the Breakfast Club, and they was like asking about the whole Will Smith thing, and I was just like, I get what he's saying. Earthquake said, well, it just shows a person who loves somebody who doesn't love them back. No matter what you do, Jada will never love him. He's showing over and over again everything that he's done to make this woman love him, and she just don't love him the same. At some point, you just got to walk away from it.
I definitely think that Will does love Jada more. I feel like Jada was complacent with Will. They may shoot me out here in these streets, but I might be going against the girl code or whatever. everybody like feels like Jada, is winning because, she has an open relationship. She can kind of do what she wants. She kind of talks however she wants. And Will's kind of the pushover. And it's like, I kind of feel like definitely it is the terms that Will is more in love with Jada and willing to risk more than Jada is. If she was on the foot, would Jada have smacked somebody for Will? I'm not too sure. I can only speak on what I see. I don't know their relationship like that. This is based on what I see on TV. Do I feel that Will should be getting backlash as he is? No, I don't feel like he has. He has a good reputation. He made a mistake. Yes, it was a bad time to make that mistake, but he's just tired. And you keep pushing somebody, they're going to push back,
Yeah.
keep poking the bear. So shout out to Will Smith. I'm with you, brother. I love Bel Air, by the way.
Or if you don't want people judging you, take everything off social media.
That is true.
The main reason why everybody loved Jay-Z and Beyonce because nobody knows. And it wasn't to that elevator
scene.
Perfect couple.
I mean, Elevator and Lemonade. Lemonade, we can only assume that's what happened in their relationship. There is rumors that the album is based on the infidelity of Jay-Z. And but you're turning that into art. Anybody can turn a situation into art, that's how music is being made. But, to put all that out, I'm waiting for the Red Table Talk. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't even want to hear it because it's just gonna be more memes and more results of him looking like a goof. Like, just leave it alone.
Yeah, I do. But I feel like everybody is making him out to be the victim. I really hope that if they do the Red Table Talk, it'll really show Will in a different light, because I really feel like so many people are being so judgmental towards him. And I feel like that's not right. Like, this man made a mistake. This man has been a clean-cut Black man that has done a lot for the entertainment world, has broke a lot of different barriers, and he made one mistake, and now we're going to just try to take all that from him and like shadow ban everything that he's done or he's trying to do. Like, I just think that's totally wrong. He made a mistake. He shouldn't have slapped somebody. The only person that should feel bad is Chris Rock. If Chris Rock want to sue him, if Chris Rock want to do all that, that should be Chris Rock and him. Like, all of us need to mind our business.
But when you say we, do you mean we as in Black people in America supporting Will? Or do you mean?
Yeah, I feel like white people are not really talking about it. It's us as a culture. I'm not really into, I don't really have a lot of white friends and stuff like that. But basically what I see on social media is a lot of backlash from the Black and brown community.
I feel like social media, you're going to always see backlash from Black and brown people because that's what we do. And unfortunately, that's just what social media is there for. Everybody mostly negative or mostly disrespectful to go viral. Yeah. It doesn't make it solid. It doesn't make it, poignant. The only thing that I noticed that he apologized to the Academy after slapping Chris Rock because he knew the Academy was going to make an example out of him. That's why they gave him a 10-year ban. And now you look at all the other people who have won awards and never got them taken away. All those questionable allegations on touching,
exactly,
stuff like that, molestation. They didn't ban none of those people. But you got
exactly,
because sometimes us as African Americans, Black people in America, we value the white cosign more than we value
our own people. Yeah,
there's a lot behind that.
It is. We ain't got that much time for that. that's a whole nother episode.
So, topic is Ciara's parents. Are you shitting me? When you hear that topic, please let me know what goes through your mind.
You know what? The whole Ciara prayer, like, even when it came out with the song, honestly, I still haven't even listened to it. Like, I just feel like that was her blessing. If she lucked up with Russell, that it is, period. It's nothing that she could do to help you. You got to help yourself. She knew what she wanted in a man. She ain't want no more futures. She wanted Russell. She did what she needed to do to find him. And that was it. That's their relationship. Ciara's prayer ain't going to help you because that's Ciara's prayer. And I bet you that's the prayer that she said on the Summer Walker song or whoever song was not the prayer that she was talking to God a couple years ago when she met Russell. And I just feel like it's commercialized. It's just a way to brainwash Black women to feel like they have to do the same thing that someone else has done in order to get what they want. Like I think you need to focus more on yourself. And I think that's also social media, like the mind frame that you have to do something one way in order to trend or order to viral or order to be successful. And I feel like we all make our own definition of what success is or what love is or what the perfect mate is. So I feel like the more you focus on yourself, the more you'll be able to get. I'm looking for Dominique's prayer. I ain't looking for Ciara's prayer. So that's what it is.
So you bring up something interesting. One of my questions that I have on my page,
Mm-hmm.
and it is Ciara really have a prayer, or did she just settle?
I think she didn't have a prayer. I don't think I'm not her friend, so I can't say she settled. What I think she did was she knew what she wanted and she went after that. I can't really say she settled because I don't know how she really feels about Russell. From what I see, it looks like they're madly in love. The only person that could really say she settled is Ciara's best friend or Ciara's mother or Ciara's cousin. Those are the only ones that could really tell if she settled or not because they only know what's really in your heart. I think when people say you settled, it's basically what you feel in your heart. So if I married a man that I'm not madly in love with, but he provides me with everything, but my heart is still, lusting for someone else or wants to be with someone else, only I can say that I settled. Or someone who really knows me, like, well, Dominique, she really didn't marry that person for love.
Mm.
But who are we to say that settling, that marriage, and you're marrying someone not for love is settling? Like I said, that's another definition. Like who said there's in marriage there's not, what is it, through sickness and health, through death do us part. I don't know. I never got married. What they say. They never say through love. They never say, do you love this person? Not in the vows do they say that. I mean, your personal vows, you say you love the person, but when the guy says the person that ordained you into the marriage, they say through sickness and health, through death do you part, and all that other stuff. And if somebody is against the wedding, speak now, forever hold peace. They don't ever say through love and through hate, or through love and through lust, or through settlement and love. They don't say that, So it's like, is marriage really was marriage made for love? Because we know marriage certificates is all, financial. It was all about finances. So is marriage really about love?
Listen, in terms of the divorce rate, it ain't about love. First time divorces are around above 65%, I believe. Second time divorce, second time marriages in about 50, and then third time is around 40.
So
So
what are we marrying for then?
because society says get married.
Get married, yeah.
But at the same time, let's go back to that question of settle.
Mm-hmm.
Ciara's infamous song, I Can't Leave Him Alone. I tried the good boy, but the dope boy turning me on.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that exactly what she was going for when she met Future, who already had a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby mamas, and she still stuck by him and produced a child?
Well, I mean, if you take a look at her history, it wasn't just Future. She had Bow Wow. Wasn't she dating 50 Cent at one time? Like, she had a bunch of bad boys. We can't say, I don't know if Bow Wow's considered a bad boy. I don't know what he's considered. At that time he was little Bow Wow. So I don't know if he was a bad boy or a little bad boy. I don't know. I don't know what he was. But she's had a history of dating guys, with that image. And then she meets, clean cut Russell, holy guy, not having sex until they get married, praying, all this stuff like that. Then her life, level, like she say, level up. She leveled up, whatever. I don't know. That's her definition of leveled up. But then it's like women say, oh, I want to get Ciara prayer. But then they got a man, like I said, in the role play, Timothy. They don't want to be with Timothy. They want Eric.
Mm-hmm. You point out exactly why I had that question down, because everybody's talking about this prayer, but nobody's analyzing the toxicity that she picked in the past, knowing kind of the background of these people, background of the 50 Cent, the background of the Bow Wow, background of a Future. I'm guaranteeing she didn't know a background of a Russell Wilson, but going completely polar opposite of what she was attracted to, she found something that she fell in love with. So did she really say a prayer, or did she smarten up and say, if I keep going this route, I'm gonna keep getting this? If I
That kind of leads to one of my questions.
Go ahead.
My question is it boundaries or is it luck when it comes to finding the right man?
I don't in luck in relationship. I feel like you have to find something that works. both of you are committing to each other to a certain extent. You're
Mhm.
committing time, you're committing resources.
Yeah.
You have a child together, you're committing a future, because no matter what, this child is going to bind you for the rest of your lives, no matter what. Whether you speak and co-parent well or you don't, you're still bound to this person for the rest of your life. So anytime you invest time into something, it should be worth something. But if you're investing your time into something that's already bad on the surface,
Mhm.
something that already has a bunch of things attached to it, like ex baby mamas or kids that you don't really get along with, what did you expect to come out of what was on the surface? Is the main issue that I have with the whole Ciara's prayer thing. And even if you look at this, I'll bring this along. Making Good.
Mhm.
At
Look at
one point,
that situation.
everybody wanted her prayer.
Mhm.
They wanted the Devon Franklin, and then they wrote this book about the weight and not having sex until you're married and all stuff like that. Russell Wilson said the same thing, but it didn't work out. Why? Because she never, in my opinion, looked comfortable on social media or around him, because she's more of a sexy, liberating a woman.
And now they say she out back in the streets. I don't think she ever left the streets.
I don't think she's back in the streets. I think
Quote
she's
unquote.
back to just being who she
Who
is.
she is.
And
Yeah.
I'm
And which is
happy
nothing
for
wrong
her
with that.
on
I
social media being herself.
Yeah. And I
Because that,
feel like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that picture, that image she had on Devon Franklin's side,
Mhm.
it didn't look comfortable. It
Mhm.
didn't look natural. And I'm quite sure she was trying to make sure he didn't get a lot of backlash for being herself, because everybody's going to judge the preacher having the wife that's a little too revealing on her outfits and stuff like that. Now
Mhm.
she's free to just be her. And I'm quite sure she looks happy as her. She looks more happy now than she did when she was married, to me, on social media.
I feel like if a man can't accept you for who you are, no matter who he is at the end of the day, then that's just not the man for you. That's how I feel. I feel a lot of women, they change themselves to fit into someone's mold. And I just feel like, as they said, it's funny, how they say evenly yoked, in the Bible. So many things have changed since then. What is equally yoked? What does it mean to be equally yoked? If I'm in one, because you are a pastor and I'm a woman who's comfortable being sexual, or it just even being, comfortable in my skin, wearing, what may be not considered appropriate to wear in church. Why do I have to subject to your lifestyle if this is who I am and this is who you loved and you met me this way? You didn't meet me with no long skirt on and no cleavage. And there's nothing wrong with having a long skirt on and a turtleneck, because you could be sexy in that as well.
So I have a follow-up to that. So
Yes.
can a prayer really produce the mate of your dreams?
No, it can't. Even my dog agree. No, it can't. So I just feel like it's not a prayer. I feel like basically it's you doing the work. Like you gotta really write down what is it that you want and what you're not. And I feel women, when they settle, I think they settle by not going by what they really want and really knowing themselves. Like knowing me, I want someone who's as motivated as I am. Because if I don't have somebody with the same drive and energy as I am, I'm gonna feel like he's slacking, or I'm gonna feel like I'm pulling all the weight. So I feel, to, as you say, being evenly yoked, we both have to have the same goals. Not even the same goals. Like I want to have a beauty empire and you want one too. That no, you have the fast paced dreams. Like I got the fast paced dreams. So when we both up at 6 a.m., I don't feel like, well, no, you don't have no time for me. Like no, we both up at 6 a.m. We both doing what we need to do for our business, and then we both come to the consensus that okay, at 9 o'clock we're going to stop working. We're going to have dinner together. We're going to talk about our day. We're going to brainstorm. I feel like it's a team effort, and I feel like people don't communicate those things because they're scared. They're scared that they meet the person that they like or they have these feelings for, and they feel like that's going to override everything else, that love conquers all. And I think love does conquer all, but I think that is more to it. I think people's perception of what love is just that feeling, like, oh, the butterflies and all. That's lust. I feel like love is loyalty, love is respect, love is communication, love is sacrifice, love is compromise. I feel like that's all love together. Love is just not one feeling or one dimension. And I feel people don't get the levels of love, and they construe that with lust and all these other butterflies and stuff. And this is why things don't last.
So if a prayer can't produce this fictional character that everybody wants or lust over, can God actually send you it if you believe in God and pray to God that he'll send you the mate of your dreams?
But I feel like it's what they say in the Bible, what is prayer without work? You got to put the work in. I feel like you have to manifest, like, you put what's a goal? You could write down a dream, but if you ain't doing things towards that dream, it's just on a piece of paper. I could say I want a good man, I want a good man, I want a good man, but if I'm not out there dating, I'm not out there, doing the things I need to do to make myself better, I'm not out there, putting in the work, I'm gonna be, watching Netflix rest of my life with a cat and wondering where the man at, like you got to put in the work.
Yes, yes. So, can you explain a little bit or give some background to why women would be more attractive to a Future than they would a Russell Wilson?
Because the chase, the wonder, like we want to know, does he really like me? Like, and then it's like, all these other girls like him, or it's like, it's dumb. Like, it's really stupid. There's only one, like, I really think to myself, like, reflecting back in those days, why did I want those guys that were hard to get? Like, don't I want something easy? Maybe because now I'm about to be 37. I don't want to do all the work. I don't want to worry. Like, I want to go to sleep with a good conscience because I got to get 8 hours of sleep because I got a busy day tomorrow. Like, I can't be worrying about nobody. I got to go to bed. Like, I want easy love. I want something that is, I'm sure about, they sure about me. I don't have to wonder if I don't have to, I know that they're going to text me good night. They're going to text me good morning. They out here doing what they need to do to make themselves better. They're not out here chasing nobody else. I don't know why back in the day I wanted it. I can't even explain. Why would somebody want that? Like, why do we want to chase? Why do we want to do that? It's dumb. It's ignorance. I don't know what else to say. I can't even explain it why I did it.
Listen, we all go through it, and the opposite can be said for men too, because a lot of times,
yeah,
as they say, the IG model or the baddie, and leave all the good women alone. Sometimes we just want what we want, and it's okay to want what you want, but you just have to hold yourself accountable that your experience is your experience, and it's not the template for the entire universe. Just because you picked this person and this was the outcome doesn't mean that all women or all men are this. It means all the people you keep picking are producing this. And I think that's the main issue when it comes to dating. A lot of times we don't just focus on our experiences. We try to tell everybody, well, this is what everybody over here does. And I'm kind of like, well, did you date all men in New York City? No. New York City is not even that big when you think about New York State. New York State ain't that big when you think about the entire US of A. There's a lot of people out here you haven't dated. You just got to find that person that works for you. So the people that you're attracted to, if it's not working, then you got to restructure what you like in certain human beings.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel that men really know what they want?
I don't think anybody know what they want, especially like men. Like, so my son now is about to turn 20. And I know he's on the phone with girls and stuff like that. And Angel's about to turn 18 and she has a boyfriend. And I's about to turn 13. So they're all into this phase of liking people.
Yeah.
But when you're in that early stages, there's really nothing to like other than looks. You don't have a job. You don't have career goals. You're not interacting with family to know what their family's like. So I like you because you're cute. You like me because I'm cute. So let's spend time together. And hopefully you don't explore too much into the whole sexual realm, because then that clouds everything up too, because now you have this emotional connection and you don't know where it stems from. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what to compare it to, because you haven't had much to compare it to. Now when we're in our 30s, you've dated your high school crush, your college crush, your late 20s crush. You had a few experiences to compare it to. Nobody really knows what they want until they figure out, wow,
who they are, you think?
That's one. Not only who you are, but wow, this list, because a lot of times we have lists and everybody will fit this list. But normally, in my opinion, what I tell people is normally your list will limit what you actually attract. Everything that's on that list, you're going to get the opposite. Why? Because the universe will say, oh, this is your list? See what you get next time. Because a lot of times what's on your list is not even on your vibration.
You're not even on that level. You be saying, I want this. How you gonna meet somebody at this and you're not there? Like, I always feel like when I started dating people who were entrepreneurs like I am, people who have the same type of, goals and are on the same type of pace, that's when I felt more attraction because we're on the same level. Like I was talking to a guy that I really like and he's really busy. Like he has a TV show and stuff like that and different things. The old me would have been like, oh my God, he's so busy, I can't. And now I'm busy too. So it's like, all right, we really got to schedule. Like, okay, well, I'm available this date, that date, this date. It works out. So it's like you have to really date where you're at. And I feel like a lot of people, if you want to get to that next level, you got to get yourself to that next level. And it really hints on, and I used to think to myself, people used to say, oh, you just need to be by yourself. And I think that was just a way, I used to think people were just, telling me that, like, oh, just don't feel bad about being single. But I think when I really honestly took the time to be single or just focus on myself is when I really started attracting the men that I feel are like not on my level, but the men that I feel I'm more compatible with in regards to the things that I want in life now. So I feel like that time alone and really reflecting on your past relationships, on things you've been through, things you don't like, things you're not gonna settle for. Like there's just some things I'm not gonna settle for anymore that I used to settle for because I knew it was a downward spiral. Like it wasn't gonna go nowhere. And I'm just a person now that's not gonna waste so much time because of my, not because of my age, but just because of my patience. I don't have the patience that I used to. I used to could wait a year to if a guy was interested in, like to say he wanted to be, official or whatever. A year? I ain't got time for that. Like, no. If you're not sure about me within the first few months, then you're not sure about me. Then it is what it is, And then people say, oh, the time levels and stuff like that. But no, if you're sure about somebody and you really like somebody, especially in the maturity and the age that you already know if you want to go the next step with someone. So I just feel like at this age, like in my mid 30s, well, my late 30s, so I'm 37. I know what I want. And within the first few months, I'm like, okay, I want to lock this down or I just want to keep looking.
A lot of times, even this, what I tell the kids, I tell some of the older people that come to me with
Mhm.
relationship advice.
Mhm.
You gotta give people the energy that they give you. The minute
Facts.
that you feel like you're doing above and beyond, the minute that it pops in your head, am I doing too much? Am I pushing too hard? Are they not giving me the same effort that I'm giving them? Then you got to recognize that and pull away. I never give more than what I'm supposed to, unless you're like my wife or the mother of my children. I got to give
Mhm.
you more.
Mhm.
But if we're just dating and I feel like, okay, I'm going out here and I'm going out here and I'm trying to impress, I'm trying to do this. Okay, what has this person done and the amount of effort that I put forward? I can measure
Mhm.
my effort. Now, does that effort match my effort? And if not, then
Mhm.
that's not the person for me. I need somebody who's be just as into me as I am to you. I don't need to convince you that I'm a good guy. I don't
We'll
need to
have
convince
to wonder. Who wants to wonder? We don't have time to wonder anymore. I
you.
have so much stuff in my mind. I cannot wonder about a man. That's the last thing I need to wonder about. I need to know that's locked. Like I ain't gotta worry about him. Like we good. Like now I'm not talking about worry about him like concern of where he's at I don't have to worry about him wanting me or I'm the one he needs. Like that shouldn't have to be a concern or worry. We have so much other shit to deal with.
Yes. I just need to know that you're into me as much as I'm into
That that
you. And
part.
the rude awakening I caught when I was in my dating phases years ago, when I used to try to impress them with the expensive date and then never hear from them again. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think we're compatible. I don't think we're this. But I'm like, yeah, I just spent $200, $300 each date. That,
Listen.
like, after a while, I was just like, okay, so you can't do this for every person. You need to do something that you like so it doesn't feel like you're wasting your money. And if they like you the same, then they'll enjoy your company regardless of what you do.
If
And
a girl really like you, she'll meet you at the corner of a Dunkin' Donuts to get a $2 coffee if she really like you. That's how. If I really like someone at this time and you busy and hey, I just want to see you for 10 minutes just to see you. Let's meet at Dunkin' Donuts for $2. I'm going. I love coffee, so I'm going. But like I noticed, like, and then another thing I noticed when a guy try to do too much, I feel like he has no personality behind it. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like if a guy is doing the utmost, I just feel like, okay, wait. Is there something you hiding? Like, I just feel like nowadays especially how it is this cash at me lifestyle that we're in. Like, you know, cash at me this, da da da, sell me that, da da da. I feel like men already have this offense that they have to appease a woman by money. So if a man is flashing all this money or flashing all this stuff, it gives me a little red flag. Like, wait, hold up. What you trying to do? Like, are you trying to get me this way? Or this is your, like, especially if I know that's not his lifestyle. Like, if a guy, I see he eats out, like he eats expensive and we're going, I'm like, okay, this is who he is. But if I see him, you know, regular, and I'm nothing wrong with regular, but there, you know, everybody has their acquired taste. And then all of a sudden he want to take me somewhere he ain't never been before, or this kind of things like that. That kind of is a little red flag for me, because that's a trigger for me. I've had a lot of men who try to do the things or try to do things that they think I like in order to get me. And then, you know, it's a Lifetime movie guy changes and it's like sleeping with the enemy. So it's like, that's a little trigger and a red flag for me. I could be wrong, but that's just how it is.
Well, don't be triggered by a red flag from somebody else. Be triggered by, if you see somebody flashing cash for you, ask them why. Get into the methodology of behind why are you doing this so often. Because a lot of times what social media shows is that this is what the lifestyle that everybody has to succumb to. Like, you got to be on vacation, you got to have Birkin bags, you got to spend X amount of dollars, and the girls are saying, you know, a broke dude can't get none. I know that's right. If everybody's broke, the whole entire Black community is broke because we only got 12% of the nation's wealth. We're all broke. Why does it matter? So I need to know behind why you're doing this, because whatever you use as bait to catch somebody is normally what you use as bait to catch everybody. So if one person likes the lifestyle of money, guess what? The next person gonna like it too. Can you now compete with the newer, younger baddies that are coming out wanting the same lifestyle? That's what I say.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I mean, and then I feel like, you know, people's perception has changed. Like, I'm not impressed by those things anymore. I used to be. Now I'm more impressed by, you know, like my favorite flower is, or like knowing that I like tacos, or knowing that, like, you know, pick a place that, you know, I'm gonna like. Like, attention to details is important to me. And now if we go somewhere, you know, really nice and it's something I really like, that's a +1. But now, like, I know I like someone who pays attention to details, because I pay attention to details. I'm the type of person that if I know you like this type of chip and I'm by the store and then it's a limited edition, I'm gonna pick you up 2 bags because I know that's what you really like. Like, and those are the way that I receive love, and I like to have that back. So a person that does that for me, like a person that I'm dating just does that, and I'm just like, wow, I've never had this where I don't have to ask. Like, this is just automatic. Like, they did their homework. Like, kudos to you. You wrote the clips notes, you did the research, and it's right there. So I feel, especially at this age, like, you got to do your homework. And it's like social media gives you a kind of a sneak peek into people's lives where you got the cheat code. So it's like, of course, everything on social media is not real life, but if you see a girl always posting flowers, you see a girl always saying she likes purple, or she's always out Taco Tuesday drinking margaritas, or she loves coffee, and you like, oh, I know there's this nice coffee spot in Harlem, have you ever been there? She's gonna be like, wow, he knows I love coffee, da 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 da. You're paying attention to details. So that's just little things that I, as a woman, I feel like that's things that I want on my prayer list or my checklist, or different things like that. A man who pays to close to details, but that's my prayer. That doesn't mean that's, you know, someone else's prayer. So how can I go based on Ciara's prayer? Because maybe what she wanted is not what I want, you know? So I think we need to focus more on what we want and what our ideal is of happiness and bliss. And I think we will all find the person that we are looking for and maybe get our Russell, as they say. You know, I'm looking for my Russell. Where my Russell at? So you probably passed on Russell years ago.
So when people talk about this prayer, Ciara's prayer, they throwing it on their albums and all the stuff like that, while still picking a person that's not with them and stuff like that. Like, do women really want a Russell Wilson, or women really want Russell Wilson's contract?
See, that's another thing too. Like, I feel there's probably a lot of men with Russell Wilson's characteristics, but not Russell Wilson's bank account.
Mhm.
So that again, maybe you just want a rich man, like a rich, nice man. I don't know. It's to each his own. And that's why I say I don't get really caught up in those things anymore. I used to, like, relationship goals. Like me, relationship goals is you and Stephanie, because that's real life to me. I know that y'all are real life. Like, I've seen y'all story. I know you guys. I know what you have is real. I want real. Like, I don't know behind the scenes if Ciara and Russell got that. A lot of people just Cardi B and Offset. I really like that they had the cover of their magazine with all their kids together. I think realistically, blended families is what is real now. Like, there's people who have kids with other people, and for another woman to embrace another woman's kids and they all together, it may not even be what it is. I don't know what goes behind closed doors, but I like to see things like that. They're like, oh, well, Cardi B, she's a hood rat from the Bronx, and Offset, he's a player from the Migos that just be, doing ad libs. But at least they're showing a blended family. At least they're showing that with their money, they're doing something, together as a family. It may be fake or not, but I like to see that, because that's realistic. We got blended families.
You know what's
So,
funny?
what?
You saying all of this, and I'm saying in my mind, like, Steph always says that I am not the person that she would have picked. Like I'm the complete opposite of what she used to like.
Uh-huh.
I would be Russell Wilson. I would be the so-called corny guy, and I'm just me. I'm just like I'm always laughing. I'm always joking. I'm
Yeah.
always happy. That's just genuinely who I am. So if you don't like laughing, you don't like joking, you don't like happiness, then you're not for me. You know what
Who
I'm saying?
doesn't want somebody easy? Like, one thing I love about this podcast with you, like, I know anybody else probably would have been tired of me by now. Like, come on, Dominic, you got this business, you got this, you got that, you always busy. They probably be like, listen, I'm gonna find somebody else. Your characteristics of understanding, of being compassionate, of just always a good time with you. It's never like I feel like complacent, or I feel like a place where I can't communicate with you, or feel like if I say something wrong, we're not going to have a communication. Like, I just feel like that attribute of you is what, really attracted Stephanie, because you're a good man. You're easygoing. You laugh and we have a good time. You have a good perspective. And I feel like that may be categorized as corny back in the day, but that ain't corny for me anymore. That I'm like, where he at? Like, and it's like, now that I see guys like that, it's just I'm attracted to that. Like, it changed. My whole perspective has changed. I don't want nobody to have to worry about, have to chase after, have to call after. I want somebody we're gonna laugh together, we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be easy. I can communicate with. Don't nobody want that stress.
Mm.
Don't nobody want that stress, And I think as we get mature, we kind of see things a little differently, We see, and even in movies, they was portrayed like the good guy going, the bad guy going good for the right girl. So in our head, we always thinking, even in like Disney movies, Eric, Eric was in the Little Mermaid, the hard to get guy. She could have just stayed under the sea. She had a perfect life under the sea. She want legs. She want to follow the man Eric on the boat and all this stuff. Lose her whole voice. Like, she had to sacrifice her whole life, no voice, live her family just to be with a man. So it's like you have those, and you think about that mindset, and then you kind of like figure out, well, I gotta leave my friends. I gotta change my life for a man. Because you think about, look at the Little Mermaid. Look at Cinderella. She had to pray. A fairy godmother had to make a pumpkin out of a carriage and the mice. Like, it's a miracle for her just to get a good man. We think about what else? What the Princess and the Frog? You gotta kiss. They even say you gotta kiss 10 frogs or 1,000 frogs just to find the right man. All these things. Sleeping Beauty, she had to go to sleep to find a man. Like, you gotta miss your whole life to find a man to find you. It's like it's the mindset, and people don't think of it that way. But if you grow up to those things, and it's like, well, wow, I gotta just wait. Basically, Sleeping Beauty was waiting on a man. I gotta sit there and just sleep. Don't live my life, sleep till the man kiss me, and then boom, my life starts again. I'm happy, and they lived happily ever after. Like, come on, like.
I do think Disney kind of like had some programming, and
Yeah.
the reason why people like these extravagant weddings and are looking for their Prince Charming, because you kind of been fed that since childhood. Like this is what you're supposed to expect when you get older.
No. And people think to me, like, everybody thinks I want this big ass wedding. I don't. I want a simple wedding. I don't want a big engagement. I don't want that whole I don't want no Instagram post like he did engage. That would make me so uncomfortable. Like, I just feel like if a man that I love me and we get married, I'm gonna be bawling like an idiot. Like, I don't want nobody posting that on Instagram. You already know I cry. Like, I'm emotional call times. I cry like an ugly child. I don't want nobody seeing that on Instagram in front of everybody. I want it to be very intimate. If I do ever get married, I want to have fun with my friends on a destination wedding or a cruise. I want it to be very nobody stressed out. I want everybody to spend money on a vacation and have a good time. I don't have to worry about a bridesmaid's dress, all that different stuff. I just want everybody to have a good time. And Shantae finally got a man at home, and I'm happy. That's all that matters to me. Like, it. As I got older, that don't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I just want the man. I just want to be happy. Like, all other stuff is bullshit to me. But if a woman wants that, I'm with it. I've been in so many beautiful weddings. I love me a wedding. I'm always a bridesmaid. I love it. But that's just not what I want. That's not my prayer. That my Dominique's prayer is to have just a man, simple wedding, have fun. That's it. And that's why I feel like we shouldn't have Ciara's prayer. It should be your prayer, what you want, what you looking for, the goals that you want from somebody, what's inside of you.
So, in the topic of it being Ciara's prayer,
Mm-hmm.
how much truth is there to the statement, nice guys finish last?
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of nice guys I know are assholes now. So it's like, were they really nice? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, or I feel a lot of, like they say, fuck boys they done turned nice. So it's like, has the tables turned? Are you a bad boy when I met you and then now you change? I think it's just you as a person. Like, I know a lot of people who have flipped. I'm like, dang, he was a good boy. He out here thotting and bopping. Vice versa. Oh, he was a thought. Oh, he done finally settled down. So it's like, who are we to say who's nice or not? Or who's good or not? Like, or there's good guys out there who pretend that they good and I know that they doing something bad. So it's like, who is good?
Listen, sometimes you can get corrupted men and women turn
Yeah.
out nice, and then after a few times of being dogged out, they're like, you know what, I don't have no love no more. I got myself. So we got to be careful on who we damage along our paths.
Exactly. That is true indeed. That is true indeed. I feel like it. But I don't feel like good men finish last. I feel good men go to it's always the good guys going for the bad girls and the vice versa. It's like, we have to learn. I think we just have to learn, that that's not for us, or to love the people who love us. Like, why not love somebody who loves you? Like, it's very simple. And it's very hard, but very simple. But now I only want to be around people who care about me. Like, I don't have to, if it's forced, I feel like I'm doing too much. I don't want it. I want it to be simple and pure. That's it.
So before I continue to go forward, is there any questions you have?
I do have you kind of answered some of them. So one of the questions is that, how we base love on faith and stuff like that. I said, if a man is an atheist, how does he find value or faith in love? Is he a faithful man? Is he, like, if you, like, a lot of women, I want a God-fearing man. But I know men who don't have like a religion and they're good men. Like, I don't know if you could speak on this because you're not an atheist, but just from as being a man, do you feel like because they don't have the values of religion, can they be a good man?
I think anybody can be good regardless of religion. Religion, what's the word? The origin of the word religion, I believe, means to bind. So as long as you are religious, as long as you claim something, then you have to live by it. And I think that's the main thing. A lot of times people claim to be a Christian or claim to be a Muslim or claim to be this. And how often do you see any one of them actually follow the tenets that they're supposed to their religion?
Exactly.
How many times have you seen them actually burst out curse words, hurt somebody or something like that? So there can be good in people that aren't of the faith. It's
Hmm.
all about your values and morals overall than the stamp of approval by religion. But yeah, I think there's good in everybody. It all depends on the person.
Okay, let me see. I think I have another one. This one, and I know women really love this question. Oh, they feel like, oh, he changed for me. Do men really change for a woman or they change for themselves?
I would say most men that find a woman that they love, truly love, will change.
Okay.
And the reason why I say will change is because there's this thing that a lot of us have, especially from our generation, where once you get married and once you have a wife, you kind of want to conquer the world to show your love and appreciation.
Hmm.
You might want to get a better job. You might want to figure out how to get more money so you can travel or buy a house or something like that. All those things kind of come with having a woman. It's rare that you see a young 18-year-old or 20-year-old trying to run out and get their own place.
Hmm.
Normally, we get our own place to entertain women. Everything's attached to a woman normally in our pursuit. But there's not a lot of young men just saying, I can't wait to get my own place just so I can have this lifestyle. It's always like, y'all can't have my own way so I can invite a woman over so I can,
Mm.
so I can entertain and do all that other stuff. So yeah, you can change if you find the right person that you love above and beyond. Like men do.
Okay.
I also think some women might change as well. It all depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like I know some women that were out there in the streets heavy and then got somebody that they fell in love with and stopped everything because
Hmm.
wow, I got something that I always wanted and didn't know I could.
Yeah.
So I think people will change for the right person.
I agree too with that. Let's see. I had a whole bunch of questions. I know we can't get to all of them
I'll
because this
throw you one.
topic. Okay, go ahead.
So duh, 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 duh. Why do most women ignore their intuition and produce a child with a man that doesn't fit that prayer that they're seeking?
To answer that question, I don't have kids.
I
That's one
know,
thing
that's
I'm
what
scared of. I'm scared.
but
One
you
thing
see
about
women
me,
and you have friends, so what is
I
it about
do,
that?
and I feel like back in the day, a woman felt like having a kid would keep a man, or feel like they will have this attachment to them. That men probably men always feel comfortable going back to their baby mother. Even I've always been the girl. Because I haven't had kids, I'm always the girl that's scared of the baby mother. I'm telling you the truth. As a single woman who's never had kids, and I don't know how that relationship is between a person and their baby's father, I was always scared of a man who had kids because I'm like, he still got that tie with his baby mother. I would have a thing if the child was under 5, I'm not messing with the guy because I feel like he's still dipping with the baby mother. And then I know friends
They come with
that
that for every
that still feel like going back to their baby father is not like cheating. Like it's I know some friends. And
it's just
so it's
interesting.
like,
It's interesting that you say that because a lot of times they point the finger at the man for sleeping with their baby mothers. But you're saying it from the opposite that a lot of the baby mothers are comfortable sleeping with their baby fathers as they see it's not like another body under their belt.
exactly. So that would scare me because wherever there's ashes, there could be a fire again. So I just feel like that as a woman that's never had kids and don't know what a bond is between a man and a woman and a child, that always scared me. Like, so I feel women are comfortable with being with their baby's fathers because it's something they know. Like, it's they're always gonna have some type of connection because they have that child together. So they feel like to do that is not really an offense or like cheating or whatever, or like he's my baby father, so I could do what I want with him. So I feel like they feel they have this tied with them, or this like secret like contract that you're always with me, or I could always mess with you. So for me, I've always been skeptical of like, oh, you with your baby mother? I don't know, like if they were like, I hate her, la, 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 then I'm like, all right. But then once you get older, you're like, I don't want you to hate your baby mother. Like, would like us to be a blended family. Like, don't nobody want no drama. Like, so I feel that has always been a struggle for me as a woman who doesn't have kids, like dating men who had baby mothers with younger kids. And I was dating a guy who separated from his baby mother for 5 years and then dated me and then went and go and engage his baby mother. So it's just like,
Damn,
you
what
know,
you do?
that's like, okay, was I like, okay, I want to go back to what I know. Like, I don't know. But then it just looks like maybe it was just time. Maybe they just needed time separated to really realize what they wanted. I don't know to this day.
What's very interesting, which a lot of people don't connect the two. You said a lot of times people go back to what they know.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, people don't view the people that they date as that comfort zone that they know.
Yeah.
Picking the same guy or just keep the same situation because it feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how toxic or up and down it is, it's a comfort zone of feeling that you
Yeah.
need to have normalcy in your life.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to break away from that comfort and say, why do I need to be this comfortable in this space? And sometimes, as we always say, that might go to therapy. You might have to figure that out if you can't answer it for yourself. So, yeah.
I like dating people I don't date anymore. Like, I like to know something new. I don't, when it's too familiar, I'm like, this ain't gonna go right, you know? So I've been now dating guys that I wouldn't have never dated before, like in different professions, different cultures, different races. I've been just dating different people because I'm really collecting data. Like, I'm really deciding, like, do I really like this, or is it just what I know? And sometimes we think we like because we just know it and we're familiar, we're comfortable. So I like to just I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and dating different people and noticing the things that I do like and noticing the things I don't and just moving forward. So it's working pretty well for me, I might say.
Well, congrats. You got any other questions?
Let's see. I did the boundaries. Oh yeah, this molding. So I know now a lot of older women are dating younger men because they feel they can mold them. So is that with wisdom that you think older women can mold younger men, or is that like just controlling because a woman is older, so she's basically dominating over him because of his maturity?
Well, I'll answer that from both sides of the point.
Okay.
Because dating an older woman, more than likely they've either had children, they've been married, so they're not looking for much.
Mm.
So if you're a young, horny teen that's just looking to pound something out anyway, it works in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
If she can't have kids no more, it works in your favor even more. If her kids are grown and moved out the house, it works in your favor anymore. It's not really molding. I think it's more convenience.
Okay.
And if you flip that, the reason why most guys date younger girls is because in that bracket of, yo, these people want too much. They want marriage at this point. They want this at this point. This young person don't know what they want.
Mm.
So I can give them some wisdom. I can give them some comfort. I can give them some money because I'm working, I'm older, I'm kind of set more than a younger guy that she would date. So they might date up because there's more stability there. So I think it works on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been the young guy watching the younger girls date the older guys. I'm wondering why they're so older. And then I've been the young guy dealing with an older woman, wondering why they didn't. And then I've been the older guy dating the young. So I'm kind of like, oh, I've seen it from all spectrum.
Yeah,
so
spectrum.
I understand that there's a benefit on everybody's angle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'll say. It's nothing to really do with molding. Anybody you date is going to teach you something that you didn't know about you or about them or about dating altogether.
Okay.
But it's more of the convenience.
All right. That answers my question. Okay, one more question I think women will love.
All right, cool.
So what are the qualities of a good man in your perspective?
Qualities in a good man and a good person and a good woman is,
ladies, take your notes.
Just being just standing on your truths and your values and values and morals. Because you can have all these characteristics. Every characteristic is going to fit somebody to a certain extent, but are you true to your word on what you say? Do you follow through? Are you accountable for all your actions? can you assess when you played the part in the downfall of a relationship? I can't say that I dated this person and it was over or terrible because she did XYZ. Somehow between her doing XYZ and me being there, I had to contribute to that some way. That I learned how I contributed to make sure that I don't do it again. Can't just place the blame on one person. So look at their great traits in terms of, do they have morals? Do they have a word to stand on? Do they follow through? Are they consistent? How fast will they go about achieving their goals? I know some people that say, you know what, I want to start an LLC, and in the next 30 days, guess what? They got a fully functioning corporation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trait. Do you like that he said something and then he went out and got it? Those are things that makes a good mate, in my opinion. It's not about how good they look or how good they are with numbers and they can read and they're smart, so my child might be smart. How do they follow through with what they say? I can tell you all the right answers on a job interview. After I get the job, then you're gonna really see if I'm really gonna work on weekends and relocate.
Mm-hmm.
So just always, I always say, anytime you go on a date with somebody, you take your mental note, and on the next day, you challenge them on some of the stuff they said to see if they're consistent.
Yep.
That's how you know you're not wasting your time. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that.
I think that's good advice. Everybody take that down. That's really good advice.
So with that being said, we coming up to the closing remarks. So
Yes.
I want to ask one last question
Okay.
pertaining to the topic.
Yes.
Why are so many women concerned with Ciara's prayer and not Savannah's prayer?
LeBron James' wife. That is so true. That is so true. High school sweethearts. You never heard anything about LeBron. She's been with LeBron. Like she didn't go through all these other men. Nothing like that. Good, wholesome girl. You're right. You know what it is? It's because she's
on social media.
Not on social media. She's on social media sometimes. Like she been coming out here sometimes, but it's people not looking for her like that. But I think what it is that Ciara is an entertainer, and people
when I say social media, I'm talking about coming out and speaking publicly on their relationship. So now people have something to judge.
That is true. That is true, because they don't really, LeBron and Savannah really don't talk about their relationships and stuff like that. You see more of just the presence, kind of like Jay-Z and Beyonce. You just see the presence. You see them together. You know that that Savannah and LeBron have been together since high school and stuff like that. So because it's nothing we could base on. It's not being talked about. It's just being seen. And I feel like people with Ciara, it's like they seen the struggle, like the struggle love. Like people always think there's some type of gratification for struggling or dealing with this, and then finally you get what you want. Like, why can't it just be a smooth transition? Like, why can't it be smooth sailings? Why, especially for Black and brown community, they commit, even Jay-Z and Beyonce. Oh, Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce with all these women and they still together. Da 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 da. Like, why glorify that? Like, I'd rather glorify LeBron and Savannah. What you call it? The other guy, the other basketball player, light skin.
Steph Curry and
Aisha Curry. Like, I would commend them. Like, and they're more out there, in regards to their relationship and stuff like that. The Currys, perfect example, smooth, but they corny. People think they're corny.
She said she don't feel sexy because people don't be checking for her, and I'm like,
yeah,
you can't be out there saying, you can't tell people that, because now people are going to start judging you based off of that.
But she probably feel that way. Honestly, she probably was being honest.
No. Don't say nothing on social media that you don't want to be judged for. That's the bottom line.
That is true. That is true.
Comments off section so that nobody.
But they want people to be real, and they can't handle. Like they say, you can't handle the truth. People can't handle the truth.
Yo, listen, she's
a pretty girl. I feel she's very attractive and sexy. I mean, but she keeps herself but sex, like they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholders. Maybe sexiness is as well, so it's like, who am I to say she's not sexy because she's not out here like other girls? And she should only be sexy to her husband, because that's who she's with. Like, that's who it should matter to. It should matter to Curry, because that's his wife.
And the funny thing
who of us to say she's not sexy or not?
Separate them, separate the lifestyle, separate the basketball, separate sports.
Mhm.
A lot of women wouldn't pick Steph, just like a lot of guys wouldn't pick Aisha. It's just that the fame has come with it. The fame and notoriety come with it. So now you're saying, "Oh, I would pick this person. I'll pick this person." I'm like, "Yo, if they take away the money, take away the fame, you wouldn't pick that person. That's not the person on your radar."
Even LeBron, like people would have picked LeBron, you know, like if he wasn't a basketball player,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
you think about it, like people wouldn't even pick Future if he wasn't Future.
No, I think they would.
You think so?
That's the blueprint. Build a hood nigga that everybody want. I think so.
Now dreads and all that wasn't in back then. That's now like Offset and
Outside of the
Amigos
dreads,
and all that. They made that popular. Like
hood,
it's a trend.
hood talk, hood swag.
But I don't even think Future's hood. Like he be onomatopoeian. Like he just be out here speaking like hey, yo, and that's not hood. Like
Oh, and when people talk to you on the corner when you walk by, they don't sound like that. It's the same cadence, same speech pattern.
I'm not into this type of music anyway. So I'm a holla at me. I'm listening. If you listen to my playlist, I don't even be knowing new music. Like I listen to like go outside. I went to a part, I think a date, not even a date party, like brunch. I didn't even know. I was like, what kind of, I need to go to a 90s or a 2000s brunch. I can't do this. Like, this is not fun. Like, what's this drill and all this? Oh, I can't. That's just not me. I've never been attracted to that kind of type.
You know what that means? It means you're in the wrong space.
Yeah.
That's all that means. Because drill is a part of the new era, the new sound. However, you're going to go to certain places that's going to gravitate towards a drill sound, and then you're going to go to certain places that don't. That just means you're not in that spot for you. That's all.
Exactly. I need to go to a 2000s, 90s brunch or like something like that. That's what I need to do. That's where I need to be. I was like, this is not the place for me. And I was like, these kids look too young for me. I was like, let me get out of here. I know I look young, but I'm a 90s girl, 2000s girl. That's the type of era I'm in right now.
So let's get to the ending of the show, which is the DNA decoded.
This was a good episode.
Sum up this topic for the folks.
I'm gonna sum it up as you make your own prayer. You are the definition of what you want. Don't worry about nobody else, because you may be praying for somebody else, and you may be praying for Russell, and you get Russell, and that ain't Russell. It's Eric. You just don't know. You don't know Russell. We don't know Russell. We don't know him. You need to figure out what you want. You need to worry about yourself and mind a business that pays you. What one of my good friends, LaShawn, always says. I feel like people are so concerned about what other people are doing. You know, we could look at things and be like, oh, I like that they seem like they have good communication, but we don't know behind closed doors if they have good communication. You know, I think we need to focus on what we want and focus on what makes us good and work as a person. And then you would find the person for you. Just focus on yourself and everything else will fall into place. That is my DNA decoded.
So I will pony up on that and say, yes, focus on self.
Yes.
Build self. Be everything that you want in that partner so that you can attract that partner. Unfortunately, we are attracting people that are not compatible with us because we're attracting the wrong thing. It might be somebody's look. It might be somebody's style, might be somebody's aura, might be somebody's bank account. But how do these relationship currencies add up to what you need in a relationship? Currency is more than money. There's value in more things than just cash value. There's character traits, there's personalities, there's following through on your word, there's having principles and morals. There's so many things that you can put on relationships now that can equate to a currency. So work on yourself so you can attract what you want. And also remember that even though Ciara got Russell Wilson, even though Serena Williams got a billionaire, even though Eve got a billionaire, just remember they went completely opposite of what they had. It's not fair. It's smartening up. It's not even leveling up to the center. It's just smartening up. So
setting boundaries.
Seek more out of life, but don't try to make an alligator into a cat.
So I never heard that before. I'm gonna use that. Don't try to make an alligator out of a cat.
I just saw a video the other day where the guy was sitting around with a monkey and the monkey jumped and like snatched the entire scalp off. And I'm just like, monkeys are not pets. That's the reason why they say a chimp has the strength to rip your face off. He ripped his entire scalp off. And I was just like, I don't play with certain animals. I don't play with animals.
No,
So
me either.
don't try to turn an alligator into a cat because that bite ain't gonna feel the same.
Facts.
So with that being said, it's another episode of the Relationship DNA. Thank you, Deep and Nate, for this episode.
Yes, I loved it. I love our conversations. I hope everybody's enjoying them. We have good topics. Shout out to Ant because he's always coming up with the good topics, and we have great conversations, very natural. We just talk how we feel. And thank you guys, and we'll see you the next time around.
Next time, hit us all up on social medias and buy all the D Renee products because she's about to be a mogul out here. I just want to be
yes, I just want to sell products and talk shit all day.
All right, y'all. We see y'all later. Peace.